Hey guys, today we are going to play a game and determine whether we think it is fair or unfair. So even if you are home, you can still play this all by yourself. You just have to basically choose a side and then you'll figure out if you win or lose. Okay? So what we're going to do is we have a table here from 1 to 36. So what you can do is take a sheet of paper and number from 1 to 36 and put odd on one side and even on one side. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to kind of do this to the side even though I really need to use my paper. I'm actually going to do it up here. So get a sheet of notebook paper to do this, okay? And on your sheet of notebook paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going. Go all the way to 36, okay? And on one side put even, and the other side put odd, okay? And I am actually going to use the table that I have here, okay? So, what I want you to do is go to toytheater.com. Remember when we used to do this? toytheater.com. Look there, okay? And once you're there, right here on search, you're going to put dice, even though we have to say number cube. We have to put dice in here so the computer knows what we're talking about. And I want you to choose dice. And basically we are going to choose 2. And we want to use the normal number cube. Okay, just like that. So we'll come back here in just a second, but I want to make sure that you have that information going first. Okay. So you have your lab sheet, which your lab sheet is just right now a sheet of paper from 1 to 36, odd and even. Okay, so to play the multiplication game, here are the rules. You would have 2 players, but we're just going to have 1, okay? And generally you would take turns rolling the number cubes. That part is very unimportant. If you're home alone, you are rolling all of this by yourself. Okay, so it says if the product of the 2 numbers rolled is odd, player A would get a point. If the product of the numbers rolled is even, player B wins the point. So basically, your job is to choose whether you want to be even or odd. Okay, so on your piece of paper, choose here if you want to be even or odd. If you want to be even, just put your name above even. If you want to be odd, put your name above odd. Okay? That way you'll know at the end if you win if you have the most points. Okay? So right now, at home, choose whether you want to be even or odd. Okay? If it doesn't matter, somehow flip a coin and figure it out. Okay? So then, the player with the most points after 36 rolls wins. Now, product. Remember, guys, that means you multiply. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to be multiplying these. So I'm going to come here, and this is my first roll. I'm going to throw my number cubes, and I see that I got a 4. 4 is an even number. Remember, even is like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So on the first row, I got an even, so I'm going to put a check. Okay, now we're to the second row. So each line will have 1 check. Okay, each line will have 1 check. So I'm going to try again. Throw 2. And this is always a 6, guys, never a 9. That's why the dice roll are like this. So 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. That's an even number, okay? I'm going to do one more time. 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20, which is also even. So I just happened to get 3 evens in a row. Okay? So we'll see what happens when you roll your number cubes. Okay? So basically, 1 through 36, you are rolling until you get all of your answers. Okay? So I want you to pause the video and do that. Okay? Now, I should have had you do this before, but maybe you did it before you started this. It was, do you think this game is fair? Why or why not? Okay? We'll do that in class. Okay? So, now, guys, we are going to determine experimental probability. Okay? So, experimental probability, if you remember, is always based on data. Our data, we did the experiment 36 times. So that is our total. Okay? Now, you need to go through and add up how many checks you have for even and put it right here. Pause the video. Now add up all the odd checks, how many you have, and write that here. Pause the video. Now, let's say if it was even. How many even did you get? Put that over 36, and that gives you your experimental probability. Make sure you simplify. Then, do your odd. How many odd did you get out of 36? Okay? However many odd, put that here and simplify. Officially, guys, when you add up each fraction, guess what that's going to equal? Hopefully you know it's going to equal 1 whole. Now, depending on what you use for your denominator, if I don't simplify it, it should get 36 out of 36 if I did it correctly. Okay? Now, your job at this point, just got a tiny bit more to do and you are done with your lesson, is write your fraction as a percent for the odd. Okay? Now, do the same thing for your probability of even. And you're going to put these results in Google Classroom. Okay? That's all you need to do.